Hello, really well beings. Dr. Bhatia here with a fun video called Do Be Doing. You may notice I'm slightly euphoric. I've just been on a cycle ride. And as I was cycling, I became inspired by the art of doing well. This video has a quartet in it, which is a series of individual parts or instruments which in their own right are beautiful and complete, and when you put them together they make something extraordinarily beautiful. And this quartet, rather paradoxically, has 5 parts, and I use the terms, the acronym START. That's start, 5 parts, but it'll become clear why in a minute. And that's set up, try, adapt, and reset. And maybe try again. And that's where the T comes in. So set up, try, adapt, reset, which is actually setting you up to try again. And the elements of this are slightly different to how many of us might operate, which is we perceive there might be a problem or an obstacle or something we need to do, a task we need to achieve. And the common mindset might be to go straight from problem to fix. So from issue to try and fix it, and then a sense of relief once it's fixed. For me, I asked myself, quoting the Spice Girls, what I want and what I really, really want. So what I want is to, overcome and achieve that task. And then what I really, really want is actually to enjoy the ride and to come out of this stronger. So whatever the task is, it actually makes me stronger and better for the future too, as well as enjoying the moment that I'm in. And so this process hopefully helps us do it. And so we're going to add in more than the normal parts, which is just getting on and doing it or trying. We're going to add these 4 parts too. And I hope it's fun to show you now. So the first part, again, slightly unusually, is to actually start where we are now, with rest. Now, it's rather unusual to start where you are with rest, but I find that's the best place to start any task, and you only have to do it once. So I'm going to ask if you could trust me and set yourself up for every other task that you've got in the rest of your time ahead with a calm breath with me right now. So we're just going to take a calm breath and rest. And in doing so, we've actually agreed to start where we are right now, which is the best place to start any task ahead. And you only need to do it once, and you've done it now. Before we then take on the task, it's really useful then to become set up. And you may have noticed that previously I made a video about how we can set ourselves up well with 4 quartets, again, called Self, Space, Story, and Glory. So I allow a little bit of time before I dive in to think about myself. So I think about my insides and my outsides. So I think about my brain, my body, my interactions. So those structures, and then the interactions of those structures, priming them to make sure I'm well hydrated, ready to go. I then think about the space, so make sure I connect in with what's around me and what I need. So I'm attuned and working with my environment. I then think about the story. So I think about why I'm here, what I want, and what I need. I then think about the glory, so what I'd really, really like, and picture it, and maybe even allow myself the possibility of wonder, so going beyond my expectations. And having done that, it changes my biochemistry, my physiology, it primes me to be ready for abundance, and I'm fully set up. And then automatically I'm chomping on the bit to go to the next bit, which is try. And again, trying is one of those things that most of us often try with a sense of doing something to get to our destination. So we're trying something to get somewhere else. And I'm going to invite us to connect in with a sense of presence Again, this sense of presence and being where we are. So we can fully enjoy doing whatever we're doing, whether it's the dishes or whether for me it was pushing up the hill. It was being there, fully present. And in doing so, I'm doing that one task, or do be doing what I'm doing. And there's strong evidence that if you fully attend to one task, you do it so much better. The art of single tasking. There was a famous phrase which goes, if you try to do two things, you are doing neither. And that's very appropriate, I find. And in trying and doing what we're doing, we're actually embodying a sense of abundance. Because if you're trying to do two things, it means you're actually embodying a sense of insufficiency, like you haven't got enough time. And so you need to try and do both things at once. And that's a deeper sense of lack that I just don't find is particularly helpful. So if I can suggest trying, have a go at doing what you're doing when you're doing it. And then the next part is to adapt. And adapting involves having completed my task, booking in a slot of time to really allow myself to learn and grow from that process. So I asked myself to review what actually happened. So simply just put down what happened. So talk about it or get it out or write it down. What actually happened? And then I asked myself to reflect on specifics. So what went well and not so good, and what I'd like to improve or try again if I could. What I'd like it to be next time. And having done that, I then refine it. I think, okay, knowing that, what are the obstacles and opportunities for me that lie ahead? If I overcome those obstacles, what are the opportunities I could get from them? And then how can I align my spirit, my body, my heart, and my head to achieve them? Having done that, completing the adapting phase, I then move on to rest. And that's what we did at the start. And that's simply knowing I've done my best, it's okay to rest. And in that space of rest, it interestingly adds in a space to set up. So I get reset by it, which automatically completes the next phase for me. I seem to be halfway into being set up. So it's highly effective use of time, even though there are these extra elements to it. It then means when I then try again, I go through my setup, try, reset, and try again. I'm ready to go. And it also embodies the essence of why I'm really, really doing this, which is to feel that sense of peace. And interestingly, that sense of peace, that space, is inherent in each of these parts. So when I do be doing my setup, I'm doing that fully. When I'm trying, I'm doing that fully. And when I adapt, I'm doing that fully. I automatically have this space that's present for me to enjoy them too. And that is how to make a good start by do be doing and doing well. I hope you enjoy it, and I'd love to hear what you make of it. Do let me know. Bye for now.